Good morning, Nano Pem. Just a Pumbokodia.
Good morning. I'm here to me.
Yeah, the body has when I'm on your chinkomo, Jumedin so Nano Pay. But a quick one before I come to you. I would want to share with you and our listeners. Some research work that was conducted between 2002 and 2004. Adanse any Obuase Empotemoho. Now, this is what Third World Network, together with University of Ghana, some professors from University of Ghana, omo ehwehwemu no omo yeye no de efrimu ebaye. Now, omo fa akutu and omo share the level of toxic chemicals and I say harmful chemicals are na ewumu. Now, this is what they found. Number one, omo fa akutu no womu hunu lethal chemicals be bako miensa ewumu. De omo hunu ye bako ye arsenic, bako ye mercury. Ena Emma me pacho me ba bako fufu na aka me refika. But there were 3 chemicals that were found.
Is it cyanide?
I think cyanide. Now, test, literature available indicates zinc, the third chemical I'm finding here is zinc. They found that zinc in the orange omofine was 5 times the levels permitted by the Ghana Environmental Protection Agency and 8 times higher than the stricter level imposed by the World Health Organization. Ebio, omo assign efa ehu mercury was discovered to be 5 times above the permissible levels approved by the Environmental Protection Agency and were 26 times above the recommended levels approved by the World Health Organization. Arsenic, which is the third chemical I'm finding here, and no F 24 times higher than the EP approved levels and a staggering 1,226 times above the World Health Organization. Between 2002 and 2004. The research report came out in 2005. Again, Liberty University is also coming out with some research findings. Now, with your kind permission, because I want to ask you a question on this. Now, when they were done with their research work, one more and say what they found was that prolonged mercury exposure can lead to severe neurological disorders, respiratory problems, and other adverse health effects, not only among minors, but also in surrounding communities. Doc, I read an article which indicates that mercury can stay in water for 1,000 years and over. If we are doing this to ourselves, Doc, what are the health implications of illegal small-scale mining? Really? At the brain. Now, the short term, medium term, and long term.
Yo, good morning, me. We share with you for sometimes, we share near pictures, who TV so said they are in the say, and Benjamin say it's hard to be a Ghanaian at this time. Say, ye bet nothing. This will be say, now say Ghana, they started too good, and you know. Colonial times are new too good. Now, about the same, now in the last maybe 20 years, yes, we are a day in Shubri, she, and I say, you import more amount for in Shubinum, and more in Shunibinum, in your biddy fraud, in the biddy guardian. And yet now, why I Heinz are in Shunin, and I say, what a time to be a Ghanaian. I wish I say I wasn't living in this time as a Ghanaian. I mean, some would be probably somewhere else. But that is the reality. It's sad. Now, levels of mercury, any arsenic, any cyanide, any zinc, okay. And young one, well, you say your uncle poison will be sometimes your arsenic poisoning. Na no crime dey say obi aye na adwen deliberate say opeso ku obi no na we use society no dey ku nipa no na ye dey sa chemicals ya omo de hrohro enwia na mutuo form wo mutuo nsuo no mu ene mercury na omo de extract gold ne ade no ninya iko nsuo mu. So we are a nation we are just committing mass suicide of our citizens. I say it again, we are a nation that is gradually killing, the slow poisoning our whole population gradually. SSR poison in Kuni part once into no you. But Yama Yahu the next 20 years and not 30 years. Yeah, I do more Kumuno. And unfortunately, by that time, not your opinion for now, Ebia almost my high as Adia Cosono. Ebia now, Mokumo or Mufichana, Amokot one and anum. Demo Yama, I'll be courage, you know. Omona Mobebre. Yari be brain na Edebeba. Sa chemicals here working, mercury, arsenic, cyanide, they are very poisonous, very, very poisonous. Now, a run it again, a rare you would a rare piano, a rare issue, a rare with you more. Maybe now a cotnatana, your body personal, hunum dear channel, maybe now cotnum. Especially it's because Yaginimu, the brain. The brain becomes a repository for some of these chemicals. Now, a bad check and sana a so aba. My main country be we share the next 30 years, the rate of dementia. A bad costro Ghana.
Dr. was here. Also within the next 30 years, the rate of dementia be then.
A bad costro Ghana. Because mercury one of the causes of dementia. In the museum, arsenic, Nisania Menina Eremui. Now, in Kuala, a banner say, in Yan Kualampu, a Kuala woman I am, Kuala young woman, Omojano, medical friend, their blood has a higher affinity for these chemicals. Same for. Into young for the Bia Onoma. I show move the name because when you but about what on him or no sense we are arsenic womb, on sense we are a cyanide womb, or no sense we are zinc womb, or no means we are a friend mercury womb, or not now so a clan away you for the mono or no enna or she Sanaman into a quiet the woman. Chances are clan or logical defect. And not a dream we are there was wrong. The chance says Aqualano or Satipo so cool school. Imagine and imagine dot the actually near that in a bed buffer. A higher. Into no, you who say in those places, and I say, Miana Sadia no cost one. Will be problems in the next 30 years. And I say, even the children who are born very soon, and then ever woman, maybe another problems. And that problems, they be a bad deformity. Best deformity will say, if a walk alive, it will be more on how many times now you will say, Ujain Awa, and I say, I'm richly Awa, the Timino. My sister says, baby cry, Ujain would die the Timino. But in way, you know, no issue, every river body, and I say water bodies. You should TV so same Palasta issue here and this Milui are monomness because it's common. You can't be say human beings can live without love for a whole generation or for a whole lifetime, but none of them can live without water. We can live without love, but we cannot live without water. Water is key. I can say water is life. Water is life. Sir, issue ya senior good to intino omo nyamekumi. Sir is sir chemicals zinc, arsenic, mercury, cyanide. One namna yewe no. Yetelapi yewi ya agini yewi. Nyama heavy na you condom healthy no. Kanaman remu. Now what you
we are not safe.
We are not safe. They be said they do no obi anya safe. 98.9. They be doing because a mission eba to assassin almost assassin ya chemicals is adding a assassin and ye be na okay say fire ekutu no levels high levels of arsenic and mercury anything kumui ekutu and also the nyina tabi ekutu na wo to okwan ho no so woni de free ba
dabi
nti woni me na say ye to ye di ne dem so de ne de but chemicals some chemicals you are assimilating it into your body. It will sit in your liver. It can sit in your kidney. It can sit in your brain. Ni na say kidney. Na same way you can say na Ghana and then a kidney problems are those young people musa. Young people brain kidney problem, kidney failure. Yes, and him say your other causes of but you said the economy. But like I said, sir, galamsey and in the home croneba. Near cost and also a contributing. Some chemicals, no, you're from said they are non biodegradable. And to say, the paper, and I say, paper bag, and they are two from a no paper, that from the assassin, no pro, not a messy and yan. But these chemicals, they are non biodegradable. A shebebia. Umoja into me naneno umoja into me ni free widiemu
enti say ebomo de emfa say be say arsenic mercury and as zinc and as cyanide ebomo de kokowura widienu mu a there is nothing that the body can do to flush it out.
No, it doesn't degrade. And degrade sa na na wudi e bedi no na enye edu na me kai pass me anka no in the year somewhat in the 2000 and probably a few years ago, Ghana Science Association, biennial conference, I have to go and give a lecture on the effect of galamsey on human beings, on the environment, on our water. Professor lecture, but that was way back, somewhere 2011, 2017. That's 2017. Now me can say, yes, baby, one of the Aquatia communities, who say, how long are mining war?
No, correct.
Now, the Osha hospital be a you'll be DFN top 10 causes of disease. Now, of course, Becca say malaria, number 1, malaria, number 2, upper respiratory, number 3, diarrhea, your Niama visa. Now, I do back when you want to say, a mining areas, no. Other than number 3, apart from malaria, no, and it be a upper respiratory infection, cough and cold, no. Number 3, skin diseases. Hunaminiaria, and number 3, so it's just even at that time, no, the levels of your friend is saying. These chemicals in the water bodies are almost for ratio pictures in the pictures done as well. And you and almost skin diseases. So when I made the Anthony, I said, yeah, echo you. Wouldn't so say, I did echo your soil, and I say, assassin mono. And Lubia and echo in the amber and a like fruit and vegetables. You have to come now buy a market now 20 obians na crack. Now on catch and say I then the way through in Ruha.
No, just do already. We are ready.
It is here. A Ruha. Because young as once minty. Now you feel say you want to debut 30 years and a behunia. 30 years or 40 years in a how we have damaged this country. And as I said, we are a country sitting on the time bomb. We are a country that is slowly massacring its own future. We are a country that is slowly committing mass suicide of its citizens because of inaction. Because of, say, yes, now, how many people amount for you to gold about the same and within a short time. Gold is the same gold that you can some be a mining. But if you are mining, why should your mining be a problem for my future children? Say, wo usika obenye no, o dollars na o gold obenye no. Oh, fa wo say, ufo say oh yes, go import, you be importing you o dey bit me ato. No na entimi into. But as to whether we can even get enough water to satisfy our population is another matter. Wo bet me ato. Enti no fa wo wo be kum amount for ma ma amount for Emma Yare. To the extent say, I come research about a bed. In no ma omonam so say no ma bibi wo omo fa insumunam.
Yes.
Yes. I am very sure say eagles near the kra near crows omo fa sa emwa by now arsenic e wo mumu no enye easy. So we are degrading the soil. Yes, say asase. We are not replacing it. You kum emwana ewo nsuo no mu no. Ana say emwana ewo nsuo no mu omo be yefie ana say your table so your kitchen table na your dining table so poison ye di. To the extent I say no makra wo ewie mu a omo we sa anam no. Omo so omo nya problem. So we are degrading the whole environment. We are killing humanity. We are destroying our nation because of the greed and wanton dissipation of our forests by a few greedy people.
Doc, I want us to do a bit of an exercise. Yeah, I'm trying to say young group nipa dodo no a yewo man no into age groups between 0 and 15, from 16 to 45, and from 46 to 70 years. Now, you share these chemicals. You kasa about arsenic, mercury, you kasa about zinc and cyanide. Say these age groups are made at today. If each of the age group nubiano come into contact, and as I'm into contact with these toxic chemicals you use for mining, what health implications? And a bomb so between 0 and 15, 16 to 45, 46 to 70.
Okay, so for age groups, no, yes, no, in Kuala,
okay,
in Kuala from 0 to 15 years. Omono chances ne say omukra ebe yarentem.
Okay.
Because they might have even been exposed to these conditions. So one, you found say the neurological effects. In Kwalabit do baby say because of exposure to Nyamanyama way. There will be different neuromuscular effect. They sometimes headaches. Their memory is also impaired. Referring to cognitive function. Cognitive function can be affected. Sometimes, the microphone be different tremors. I say, tremors. In the long term, for these people, the extent of dementia and I say memory loss, because Samoya Kwalanukra or in Baby Sanyaman Ekulumono, onya de with school. As soon as it me after to the extent it affects memory, dementia, and all that many disease. Again, and the other effect is kidney destruction, and then kidney failure. And no, also was and beyond that, we need to say cyanide. Short-term effects, sometimes respiratory problems. Say, no, who make crying, who near and said that and cause we too much. A short periods of rapid breathing. That tremors here make and also it was under neurological effects. Say, a work palacra, one shot time I saw the nancy no on antessa, a bet check when you run developmental delays. Maybe it damages their nerves. It causes thyroid problems. The grapes are human beings. So now another thing is also say, Sasa and ID, Emma, your vitamin B levels also echo form. Vitamin B levels no echo form. Vitamin B is also is very, very important for the body. Vitamin B deficiency, and who maybe a friend pernicious anemia, I don't know. A bit to me, I think. Akoso. Papa. Because they have the Emma or more vitamin B components, not doing too well. Yes, I can't ever come
what may I ask you, Doc? May I ask you, me? May I ask you, because it tells us that there are a lot of enquiries some of these symptoms, and we seem not to be attributing these things to and Quadano coming into contact with some of these toxic substances and as toxic chemicals which is virtually abound within our environment. We seem not to be relating whatever it is that they are going through with these toxic substances.
Yeah. A long-term effect, I mean, for young people and middle-aged people, eventually, they can have skin problems, including skin cancers. Because skin cancer, they are common.
Doctor, there was skin cancers.
Skin cancers can also go up. Bladder cancers, lung cancers. Yemen, because these metals, we call them, they are carcinogenic. They cause cancer. And will be and they are in front of home. And one say, we can't be this wicked.
And so, from Nkomaya to change so far, what I am gleaning from Niawaka, and it's in the next 30 years, there is a possibility of public health crisis. And so we should prepare.
Exactly. Whatever we are doing today, we will see the effect in 30 years. You will see more babies born with defects because it's an established fact that sometimes it's an established fact that exposed to these things. The outcomes of their pregnancies are adverse pregnancy outcomes. Infant mortality by 5 years
Doc.
Yeah.
With the education that you've given us and opening our eyes to maybe an anchor Dr. Dennis Bortey, Medical Director, Health Net Swan Medical Center. Doc, thank you very much.
Right.